Second. Are you recording? All right,
Yep.
perfect. All right, so just like Shondell and Shaq were saying, that we've been through a lot of different apps, a lot of different systems. We've really kind of whittled it down and perfected uh, some of the things that we're going to go over today. Um, the great thing about Primerica is you really don't have to reinvent the wheel. People have already tested everything for you. People have already made all the mistakes that you would make. They've made them for you already. So just take a lot of notes, download the apps, listen to everything we're going to say, and it's just going to streamline your training and your career with us. All right. So you can go next. All right. The first thing you want to do is you want to create an email address that's just for Primerica. Okay. This is a must. You want to create something that's completely separate from your personal email. You don't want it. You don't want your client communications mixed in with your Amazon orders, and I get 10 emails a day for my kids' school. You don't want to have all that mixed together. So you want to create something that's completely separate and you're only going to use for Primerica. Okay. I would highly recommend using Gmail just because it has certain functionalities and it ties in a little bit better with some of the other things we're going to go over. So set up a Gmail account. It's free. You don't have to pay anything for it. And you want to keep it simple, keep it appropriate, professional, something that's easy to remember. This is not, I know we're all special and we're all, unique. This is not the place where you want to, flex your creative muscles. Okay. Just use your name. And for example, mine is tbarnes.pfs@gmail.com. It's easy to remember. It's easy to communicate. Um, you don't want to have, zombie killer 420 or anything crazy. Just keep it simple, okay? Because you're going to be sharing, you're going to be using this with your clients as well as, your new teammates. And little things like that, it might not seem like a big deal, but little things can put people off. We're in the financial service industry. I know we look like a bunch of knuckleheads, and for the most part, we are. But we're talking about people's retirement. We're talking about getting them debt free. We're talking about them being able to fund their children's education. This is a big daggum deal. The stuff that we're talking about. So something as small as having kind of a risque email, you don't want to put yourself in that position. So just keep it simple, keep it appropriate, and keep it professional. Okay. All right. You can go next. All right. Zoom. Obviously you guys already have Zoom. That's why you're on training right now, but Zoom is everything. I mean, Zoom is where it's at. Zoom is where the environment is. Zoom is how we're going to do trainings, how you're going to meet with people, how you're going to do work sessions with your trainer. Everything filters through Zoom now. Okay. And obviously with the coronavirus and the pandemic, we can't meet face to face, so your entire business is going to run through Zoom. So you need to get comfortable with it. After training, if you're not too familiar with all the functionality of it, just go on by yourself. Just start pushing the buttons, learning how to share the screen, learning how to turn on your audio, things like that. You need to get comfortable with it because you don't want to be on the battlefield. You don't want to be on the playing field trying to figure things out as you're going with a real life client sitting in front of you. So take some time, take 10, 15 minutes and just play around with it. Learn some of the systems. Okay. You want to use it. You can download Zoom on anything. You can download on a phone, a tablet, a computer, a Mac, anything. You want to use a PC. You want to use a laptop. Okay. Reason being is because you can do a lot more on a computer versus even a tablet and definitely your phone, right? If you're in a 911 emergency situation and you still have an appointment and you have to use your phone or your tablet, okay, I get it. But for the most part, you want to be on a computer because you can share your screen easier. You can give remote access because we're dealing with socials and applications, so you can give access to the client so that they can authorize paperwork, things like that, right? So you want to get comfortable with the PC client of Zoom. All right. Video etiquette. Now, obviously, we're all adults, and this is a lot of this is common sense, but it still needs to be said. Make sure you're dressed appropriately. Even though we're not face to face with people, make sure you're dressed fine. Make sure your background is good. You don't want to have a poster of Nicki Minaj or something in your background because something as small as that can turn people off. It really, really can, right? So you want to make sure you're dressed appropriately. And I know it's early right now. I'm looking at the videos. Some of you guys, you still got the crust in your eyes. You want to just make sure you just got to tighten yourself up a little bit, if that makes sense. I have kids. My kids, like my son, just literally peeked his head in the window or in the door. You want to make sure your kids are not, running back and forth in the background. You just want to put yourself in a position for success. as much as you can control. Okay. Have a good picture icon and set up an account, get a premium account. It's with the Primerica discount, it's $12 a month. Okay. My kids find $12 in change on outside walking around. Like it's not that expensive, but it's going to help you out. You need to invest in your business. And going back to the computer thing, if you don't already have a laptop, you can get a decent enough laptop for a couple $100, right? This is still a business and you still have to invest in yourself. So sometimes there is, some financial outlay that you're going to have to deal with. Okay. But it's really not that much, 12, $15 a month for Zoom. It's worth it. Trust me. All right. You can go next. All right. Telegram might actually be more important than Zoom. Okay. Telegram is, it's the deal. It's one of my favorite apps. It's right there on my home screen. It's the app that I interact with the most. You can check your screen time. That's the app that I use the absolute most. Okay. Because it's everything. It's how you're going to communicate with your teammates. It's how you're going to communicate with the trainer, how you're going to communicate with, the team as a whole. You don't want to miss any announcements or anything like that. And the great thing about Telegram versus, just a regular text message is, you can send voice messages. You can, if you're in an appointment and if the client has a specific question and you don't have access to it, you can just, get on your phone real quick, shoot your trainer a Telegram message and they can get right back to you, right? Hold on. Sorry. The screen is flickering. There we go. Okay. All right. Group chats, right? I'm part of probably 100 different chats on Telegram, right? And I get notifications, literally, I get hundreds of notifications from Telegram every single day. It's not going to be like that for you guys initially, but we have different chats for different purposes. We have the big announcement thread, and after Shondell comes up, I'll post a link just in case you're not on there, so you don't miss any announcements. We post all the PowerPoints, all the presentations on there. You're going to have the big chat with everybody, with all 200, 300 people on the team. And then you might have a smaller chat with just Shondell's team or just, Jim's team. It might be 40, 50 people on there, right? It's an easier way to disseminate information to different pockets of the team. And eventually, if you guys build a team here, build a career here, you'll have your own little group chat. You'll have your own little 5, 10 people, and it'll be exciting. You guys can, share information. And I'm reading this, and I just went on this appointment. It's fantastic, right? And what that creates is it creates an environment, right? An environment is everything. Just like Shaq was talking about. We used to have an office, 100, 150 people there. We'd be blasting music, high-fiving, hugging each other. Hey, how was your week? How's it going? How are the kids? We don't really have that anymore because of the pandemic. So we're all inside. So we have had to create that environment, and we've done that through Telegram. And it says right there, environment is everything. And it really is. It really is. Just to kind of give you a quick story. I live in Ashburn, right? And if you know anything about the Redskins or the Washington football team, whatever they're called nowadays, their practice facility is literally 5 minutes from my house. So Shaq's house is 5 minutes this way. Redskins facility is 5 minutes this way, right? So I see these guys all the time. I see them at the gas station. I see them at Walmart, and you see them, and they're just huge. It's like, why are you so big, sir? Like, it doesn't make any sense, right? And a few years ago, a guy on the Redskins practice squad, he lived right up the street from me, and his kids used to play with my kids, and I would talk to him and everything. He went to Alabama. Okay. If you know anything about Alabama and college football, they are the top tier, absolute best. They've won like 6 championships in 10 years. They are the best of the best of the best. Right. And I asked him, what's the difference between your college experience in Alabama and going to the Redskins when they suck? They still do, but relatively speaking. He said, it's all about the environment. Alabama was a winning environment. People were more coachable. People were more plugged in, right? People were more serious. People had goals. And on the Redskins, everybody just wanted to be friends, right? Environment is everything. He was the same person, but he was in a different environment, and he won 2 championships, right? Then he went to a different environment that was a little bit more relaxed, more, casual, and they win 6 games a year, right? So environment really is everything, all right? And lastly, on Telegram, all of our presentations, this presentation, all the ones that we go through in training, all the scripts, everything is going to be shared on Telegram now. So you want to make sure you're plugged in, make sure you have it downloaded, and make sure you get You turn on notifications, don't turn it off. All right, you can go next. All right, lastly, YouTube. I'm running the YouTube channel and I post all of our trainings on YouTube. And I mean, it's an invaluable resource. There's so much information. I'm literally pleading with you guys, get on the YouTube channel because there's so much good information on there. We have some of the best trainers in the entire company that are just breaking down policies, breaking down how to set appointments, how to overcome objections. Everything is on there, literally everything. You know, each of the videos, it's 20 to 30 minutes, so it's not that long. You know, you can watch one a day and it's going to accelerate your training, right? Because right now you guys are newbies. You don't know anything about anything, and that's fine. We all started somewhere, right? But if you, once you mesh the knowledge with experience and you put those two things together, the sky's the limit. You can, it's going to be like a Brinks truck coming back to your house. You can break the bank here, right? And the way to accelerate getting that knowledge is learning on your own. There is a lot of self-study that's going to happen. And the easiest, quickest way to do that is with our YouTube channel. Now, the name of it is The Standard Hierarchy. Once again, I'll post a link once I get off of here to the YouTube channel. I post content as much as possible. I try to post something every single day, right around 12:30. I'm still kind of working on setting up a team SoundCloud. I'm still trying to, you know, curate some content there. But once that's up and running, I will definitely post an announcement about that. But you know, you guys want to use all the resources available. You know, when I started, there was none of this. We had to, you know, steal audio CDs from people. We had to burn CDs and find stuff and download stuff from LimeWire and get viruses. Now everything is right at your fingertips. Everyone has YouTube. Everyone has all these apps already for the most part. So all the information is right there at your fingertips. So I highly recommend you take advantage of it. Okay.